Offensively, though, this is, I mentioned, a top lineup in the NBA. Paul George uses the dribble, uses the stroke, and knocks it to George. Here he comes.
Kings not shooting as well or as many shots from behind the three-point line as they had been, in particular last year.
Well, his play has been, you can see that he has just been incredible here in this young season. Now a quick word from GMC.
I mean, you know what I mean? And he's finding that rhythm from behind the arc.
Beverly for three. He has been in rhythm for a time. Pat Beverly now.
It's on the opposite end of the court where they struggle with on the defensive end.
Batum felt the contact, I think, and just launches up a three. Doesn't get the whistle, but we'll take the bucket. Again, great ball movement for the Clippers. Give up a good shot for a great shot. Lob to Paul George, soaring in with a bird's eye view.
And he can do that, so it's a win-win for both he and the team.
George to Zoo, to the rim, and lays it in. Lou Williams playing some defense. Ahead to George with Kennard running shotgun. Gives it to the southpaw, and he lays it in. 8.5 to play in the half. Halliburton gives it to Holmes, but cannot hold on to it. Turnover. Here comes George the other way. He got hurt a couple of games after that, but they are very happy to have him back. Paul George salutes a pair of defenders and throws it down with a couple of hands.
Talked about this on air, off air. It's a 4-quarter game.
Yes, sir.
And if you play 3 quarters good and 1 quarter not so much, as Paul George knocks down a 3. Fox coming off a 43-13 game. Oh, hold on. Nick Batum wasn't even on the floor there, Doug.
George to Morris for 3. Got it. 6-3 to the first half for the Clippers.
And that time Rashawn Holmes just a little hesitant to go all the way out to Morris Sr.
Fox stripped. Loose ball recovered by Beverly. Here come the Clippers.
Comfortable with mid-range. Great play that time by Fox.
George aggressive to the rim. Kennard a contested 3, and he rips it.
It'll be 11 on the shot clock for the Clippers, who have won 4 straight games. Nick Batum catch and shoot 3.
To the ready hands of De'Aaron Fox. Clippers lead by 5. Christine is always on point. Fox goes down the lane, walled off by a couple of defenders and floats up an air ball.
This is where Ty Lue talked about the improvement of the team as their second half, in particular third-quarter defense, and it doesn't hurt when
George glances at the clock, steps away, creating space, and knocks it down. It is so effortless for that young man right. We've seen that more than a few times from Pat this year. Paul George deep into the paint, in trouble. Gives to Ibaka, who is not, and lays it in. A ton of time in that game in Sacramento with 3 fouls early. Is a 2-on-1 power play. George to Leonard to the rim. While it wasn't fancy, just a little off, perhaps deflected.
Here we go.
Another giveaway for Sacramento. George with time and space for 3. You know the result. 19 assists for the Clippers. Paul George, an aggressive drive down the lane, puts on the brakes, down shifting at the rim. He went from overdrive to second gear and lays it in.
Reggie Miller had an unconventional shot. Even Larry Bird that brought it by his ears. Paul George to the basket. Sean Mary, but when you develop that shot.
Picked up by a backpedaling Robinson the third. Paul George to Lou, free for 3. Book it. 104-88.